Okay, one other thing. I got a text service. So all of you that sent me feedback that you hate all my text messages because they're lumped into all the other ones, I heard you loud and clear. I went out. I'm going to have to figure it out, but I'm listening to you because it's positive feedback. After consideration, I thought it over, and you're 1,000% right. So I just need you to know that. So I'm going to join the Linda Tyler brigade. If she can do it, I can do it. So I just want you to know that when you give me feedback, I think about it, and about 10% of the time I listen to it, and the other 90% of the time I argue with you. And I'm usually even 100% of the time I argue with you, then I do it. So I love you guys. I wanted to let that out there, and take it away, Paul.
Well, we got good. We go to Sean first because he's got more deals for us.
Oh man.
He tried to blow the whistle. Was like, I think he was like 35 years old and he died from it.
Lots of deals. Lots of deals.
And in that example, it is the viral load. Okay, right?
We already got Sanjeev talking.
So he was.
So lots of deals. He trains all the time. You can turn him on anytime.
In his sleep.
Yeah. So really quickly, everybody, you know this product, or you might know this product. It's a biometrics product. It's fantastic. It's BioAlert. It's a super focused solution. It's there to help you focus in, and it's really great. You can mix it with anything. You can take it straight. It's liquid nutrition, as it says on the label. It's there to help you, especially in the afternoon when your focus is waning a little bit and you really need that extra boost to be alert, to pay attention. It's great when you're in meetings. It's great when you're in Zooms. It really helps you to, just hit your potential more and gather everything that everybody's saying. So we highly recommend it. It is going to have, it is absolutely going to have double QV through the weekend. So it's a great product. Get yours now. Don't wait. All these specials will be over by Monday morning. So you want to get them now while you can. And we designed them especially for the folks that took their Saturday, got on this call and joined us. And thank you, Dr. Joanne Conaway, who I love very much, and her husband. Appreciate you both.
Is this your secret weapon, Sean?
Secret weapon. It's what makes me probably better than most people.
Yeah, I knew it was something. You wouldn't tell me which product it was that you're taking, but now we know the secret's out.
Now you know.
Sean, I don't understand why you're giving these BioAlert, the Drink ACT, all these great products. You're giving them, making these specials now. Like, we needed this before the 4-hour training.
Yeah, seriously, right?
Yeah, I could use a bottle of BioAlert right now.
In series
or two.
I want to speak to that just a little bit. Sean Brown and Alex Heiss have known about this monster event for a couple of weeks, and Alex Heiss called me out of the sky blue and said, I know this thing's going to be epic, and we can make it so much better if we do some unbelievable deals. And I said, well, announce them now. He said, no, we're announcing them on the weekend. We're going to announce them through the event. We're going to announce them for a little bit of time when the company's open on Monday in case somebody has to call the company. But I'm going to tell you something, Tom. This is for that event. I've done promotion. I've done marketing. I know how to do this. And I need to publicly say one more time, Alex and Sean were right. And I want to thank Longevity Corporate for doing a couple things. 3 things. They make the product, they ship the product, and they pay on time. Everything else is on us. And what I love about them is they get out of the way and let us do this event. And we did this event. It's the biggest event, I think, online, at least in longevity history. It is epic, and it's just the beginning. When you see this little mini convention we come up with shortly that I accidentally just told you about, you guys are going to swallow your cigar. I'm telling you what, wait for nobody.
2x12.
That's overrated. We are going to kill it. Take it away, Paul Croto.
Thank you, Tom, and thank you, Sean, again for all that you do. We got this. I just want to reemphasize what Dr. Conaway was talking about, the ultimate microbiome. Again, if you don't have this, you're wrong. It is the ultimate gut product, and it's made a huge, huge difference in my health. So thank you, Dr. Conaway, for all your contributions to longevity. You're amazing. And we just love all of you, and thank you for that. So now we move on to Sanjeev. Jeevers.
No.
Now Sanjeev, he
No. It's
what's
not.
that?
Sorry. It's Ben Fuchs. I sent you a text. Ben's got a radio show. So right now it is Ben Fuchs. So
Oh, okay. Awesome. Well, I missed that text, but Ben is another great friend of mine. And what I love about Ben is that really, I didn't even kind of realize this until I started putting all my notes together for this class, that we're getting different perspectives from different people from different angles. So we heard from a chiropractor, Dr. Wallach's a veterinarian. And Dr. Conaway just spoke, she's coming from a nurse. What I love about Ben is that Ben is coming from a pharmacist perspective. And that's really interesting because, he's got, pharmacist is the person that's got the direct connection with the clients, with the patients. Doctor writes the scripts, come to the pharmacist, get the drugs. And the stories that Ben has told me over the years about, patients that come in and the side effects from these drugs. Dr. Wallach's whole mission is to help people achieve optimal health without the use of drugs or surgery. And to hear Ben's angle on all of this and how, again, he's a root cause guy. Like, what is the root cause of the problem? Not to use the drugs, but to go to look for the root problem first. And there's few people in the world that can find the root problem like Ben can, and he understands the whole well-being of a person. So he really looks at the holistic person and makes them strong. So if you make people strong, problems don't matter anymore because problems go away. If you're strong, those problems don't exist. So Ben has got a great story behind him and great information on how we can achieve this thing called optimal health. So Ben, over to you.
Thank you, Paul. All good? You can hear me?
I can, and we can see you. And
I like
you're always so good. There's all these good-looking guys on this thing. I feel like so inadequate on this thing.
I like how you make us sound like the Avengers of alternative health.
You are. We should just name it. We should have named it that, Tom. We were thinking of a name for this thing. Avengers.
The Avengers. So I come from the planet of pharmacy. I'm a pharmacy superhero. It's kind of how I feel like sometimes, because pharmacists have a very unique perspective on health, on wellness, and on the body. And you don't see a lot of pharmacists out there talking about alternative health. In fact, like most medical professionals, we're actually indoctrinated against so-called alternative medicine. I say so-called because I find it ironic that we call nutrition and Reiki and chiropractic and acupuncture and these tried and true strategies for staying healthy, we call them alternative. And I find that ironic. So when it comes to health, pharmacists bring a very interesting perspective on how the body works. We look at the chemistry of the body, and we look at how you modify the chemistry of the body to get it better, or how the modifications of the chemistry of the body relate to disease. So I consider myself to be a nutritional pharmacist in the sense that I don't look at the chemistry of drugs to modify the structure or function of the body. I look at the chemistry of nutrition. And in fact, when we think of pharmacy, we tend to think of drugs. And that's just a representation of the incredible marketing job drug companies and other representatives of the medical model have done on the general public. Most people think pharmacy, they think drugs. But traditionally, pharmacy was not about drugs. In fact, traditionally, pharmacy was about food, and it was about herbs and plants. And so when I can say that I'm a nutritional pharmacist, I'm carrying on the great tradition of using non-drug strategies or non-drug molecules to modify the health of the body. When you think about how the body breaks down, it doesn't break down from a drug perspective. There's no disease that's marked by a pharmaceutical deficiency. It's been said ADD is not a Ritalin deficiency, as I heard somebody say one time. So when it comes to how you modify the body, it makes more sense to use the molecules of the body, and that's where nutrition comes in. Now, there's two classes of molecules in the body. I'm dividing the molecules in the body into two classes. I call them non-essential and essential. By non-essential, I mean these are elements that the molecules that the body can make, and essential are molecules that the body cannot make. They're just as necessary as any other molecules, but the body can't make them. That makes them incredibly valuable, incredibly important, And it means the implications of these things missing are going to play a large role in how lousy we feel, how short our lives are, or how susceptible we are to the disease state. So I'm going to talk to you today about my specialty, which is chemistry, but specifically ingredients. Drugs, I think of drugs as ingredients, and I'm not just a chemist or a medicinal chemist or a biochemist, but I'm an ingredient guy. I like to look at how specific molecules, which we call ingredients, interact with the body. Before I get into that, I want to tell you a little bit about my background. I am a registered pharmacist. I went to pharmacy school at CU, and when I went to pharmacy school, my goal was to study how we could interact with the body with food, how food interacted with the chemistry of the body. I wanted to study the implications of food for health and wellness. And when I went to pharmacy school, I was very surprised. I don't know why I was surprised. I should have known. We didn't really talk about food. We talked about drugs. We talked about drug names, and we talked about drug protocols. And most importantly, we talked about drug toxicity. We studied a lot about what are called side effects, and you should say side effects like this because side effects are not really side effects, they're effects. We tend to think that the word side effects implies that they're sort of, whoops, accident, I'm so sorry that happened. No, the very nature of a drug is to create side effects. We hope that we get a good effect or we get a targeted effect, but the very nature of a drug is to affect the entire structure of the body, the entire system of the body, not just this one system that we're targeting. So side effects come with the territory, and this is something that not only is a big problem in the world of medicine, the world of pharmacological medicine, but it's a big cause for what's called non-compliance. And as health professionals know, specifically pharmacists know, non-compliance is a really big problem. People don't want to take their drugs, and they don't want to take their drugs because they know they're going to feel tired, or they know they're going to be have problems sleeping, or they're going to be cloudy-headed, or they're going to have sexual performance problems, or they're going to have skin problems, because all drugs come with toxicity and side effects. So in the pharmacy school, I'm studying about toxicity, I'm studying about side effects, and then one day we get a course, one semester we get a course called Nutrition and Health. And lo and behold, in this class called Nutrition and Health, we study not only how diseases are caused by nutritional deficiencies, but how you can use nutrients to help heal the body. And so I graduate pharmacy school with this idea on the one hand that medicine is toxic and medicine has side effects, and on the other hand that there's this world of nutrition where you can actually give things to the body that the body needs and that the body is actually missing and that the body knows how to work with, and that are actually the cause of diseases in the first place. So I thought to myself, being a little bit of a rogue anyway, I thought to myself, I'm going to start focusing my practice on nutrition. And that's exactly what I did. I started to focus my practice on nutrition in the mainstream setting. That is at Kmart Pharmacy and at Albertsons Pharmacy. And long story short, Kmart Pharmacy wasn't really hip to Pharmacist Ben, and I got my walking papers, and I ended up starting my own pharmacy. It was a nutritional skincare pharmacy because my background was skin. I started developing nutritional protocols for people's skin conditions. And I started to see that when I was giving out nutritional supplements for people who had eczema or had psoriasis or had acne, not only were their skin conditions were improving, but they would lose weight, or their blood pressure would drop, or they would start to think more clearly, they have better sleep, or they have more energy. I started to notice that not only were these nutritional supplements that I was giving working specifically for skin problems, but they were working for everything. And it got me to thinking that, wait a minute, we are sitting on a secret to health that nobody knows about. This was the early 90s when I was doing this. And so I decided I was going to have to go and talk to people and tell people about this. Well, I started doing little talks in my lab, in my pharmacy, which is kind of a laboratory, 3, 4, 5 people. And, people were sort of interested, but it wasn't like it was a big, people were all that attracted to the concept. And then one day I got a tape in the mail, and I looked at the tape and I didn't think anything of it. I stuck it in the drawer. And then next week I got another tape in the mail. And then a couple weeks later, I got another tape in the mail. And I kept getting these tapes in the mail. They were all the same tape. And I kept sticking
I sent them all to you, Ben.
What's that?
I probably sent all those to you.
You might have. I heard later that was Paul's brainchild, or Paul was involved in that. And I started getting all these tapes. And then one day, I don't know what got into me. I just opened the drawer. I looked at the tape. I see the tape says, "Dead doctors don't lie." Right? Like a lot of us, Paul, we got, hundreds, dozens, if not hundreds of these tapes over the course of a year. Anyway, I put the tape in, and oh my God, I am completely blown away. This guy on this tape is saying all the things I learned in pharmacy school. He's completely spot on about glucosamine and about selenium and about soil deficiencies and about nutritional the impact of nutritional deficiencies on disease and how we're not sick, we're starving, we're missing nutrients. He was so right on. I just couldn't believe, and he was saying it with this powerful, powerful presence. I couldn't believe what I was listening to, and I listened to it over and over and over again. And then one day I was talking to one of my friends, and he says, I told him about the tape, and I said, hey, I'm listening to this tape, Dead Doctors Don't Lie. Dr. Joel Wallach says, yeah, I know Dr. Wallach. You want to meet him? And I'm like, are you kidding me? You know this guy? And long story short, one day Doc walks into my lab and we hit it off. Of course, we hit it off. I was talking back to him like I had heard his tape so many times. He thought he was talking to his alter ego. And we hit it off. And I started off with the company. That was 1998. Hard to believe. That was 22 years ago. And I've just seen the company grow. And I've seen the impact it's had on people in terms of health, in terms of financial health, financial wealth, and in terms of intelligence. And that's really what longevity brings to the table. Tom and Paul, you guys are so beautiful for doing these things. I come to Super Saturdays on Saturday with the Tom puts on in Longmont, and I take notes, and I learn so much. And for you guys who are not part of longevity, who are watching this, you should know that we are about making you better. Yes, we've got the best supplements you're going to find. They're simple, they're easy to use, they're inexpensive, they'll take care of whatever your health challenges are. But most importantly, we're here to make you better. Better in terms of health, better in terms of financial health, and better in terms of your brain, in terms of your mind. I know I learned 4 or 5 things every time I come to a talk. I learned 4 or 5 things today. And I've been studying this stuff for decades. So for people who don't know, or who are rookies, or who's just starting off, the things you are going to learn about health, about the body, about nutritional supplementation, about how to make money, about how to connect with people. And as far as connecting with people, you're going to meet the coolest people. When you go to the conventions, as everybody who's been to conventions knows, when you go to conventions, it's like a reunion of helpers, of servers, of people who want to make the world a better place, because we are following Dr. Wallach's footsteps. Dr. Wallach is dedicated to making the world a better place by helping people with their health. And those of us who connect with his mission are following in his footsteps, doing the same thing. So thank you very much, Tom and Paul, for putting this together. Thank you, Dr. Ariaza, Dr. Glidden, Doc Wallach, Victoria, Richard Renton, Dr. Dirt, thank you, and Dr. Conaway. And Jeeves, I didn't get to hear you yet, but thank you guys for being on the call, and happy Mother's Day to everybody. I promised myself I'd keep track of the time, but I haven't, so I don't know where I'm at. But I want to talk.
You still have 8 minutes.
Okay, yeah, so I want to talk to you about my 10 favorite longevity products in no particular order, except for number 1. The number 1 product is my favorite product. With the 9 ahead of them are in no particular order. I think a lot of these have a relationship to the immune system. You guys have all heard, we're all talking about the immune system now. It's a big deal. And a lot of people are talking about vitamin C, super important for the immune system. Zinc, super important for the immune system. But there's a lot of other nutritional supplements that you could use and strategies that you could use for building the immune system. And that's what we want to be focusing on today. And that's what we should always be focusing on. Our immune system is an incredible science fiction writer. The most brilliant science fiction writer in the world couldn't come up with a story or the details or the fine linings of what the immune system is about. The immune system is so complex, so tightly regulated, so responsive, so intelligent that the greatest science fiction writer in the world couldn't have come up with it, but we have it in our bodies. But we don't know how to leverage it. We don't know how to use it. So one of the best ways to use it is or one of the most important things in order to maximize it or to optimize it is what you're not doing, or what we shouldn't be doing, and that is eating a lot of calories, eating gluten, eating sugar, smoking cigarettes, not getting enough sleep, stressing. These are all very important for building the immune system, and we want to be focusing on all these strategies. That being said, there's some wonderful nutritional supplements that you could take for building the immune system. Now, one of the things I like about supplementation, and I like about formulas, and I like about ingredients, is multifunctionality. I'm all about multifunctionality. That's one of the great things about nutrition. When you take a drug, you get a side effect, but when you take a nutritional supplement, you get a beneficial effect. And that beneficial effect may have nothing to do with the arthritis that you took your supplement for, or your skin that you took the supplement for, your heart that you took your supplement for. It's a side effect, but it's a beneficial side effect. And that's the beauty of nutritional supplements, is they give you beneficial side effects, which means multifunctionality. So to show you, just to give you an example of what I mean, one of my favorite longevity products is beta-glucan, or the Restart Your Life line. Restart Your Life, there's a couple of Restart Your Life products, but they feature an ingredient called beta-glucan. Beta-glucan is a very, very common substance found in nature, but when it's concentrated in a supplement, it has tremendous immune boosting properties, and Restart Your Life is actually marketed to help prevent or to help you avoid cancer. It's not a treatment for cancer, but it builds the immune system. It stimulates the cells of the immune system, immune cells that fight cancer, and that's how it's targeted. But beta-glucan is incredibly important for your liver. It's incredibly important for your blood. It's incredibly important for blood fat. So if you're diabetic, you will benefit from Restart Your Life. If you have fatty liver disease, 80% of Americans have fatty liver disease, you'll benefit from Restart Your Life. If you have elevated cholesterol, beta-glucan has been shown to lower cholesterol. If you have elevated triglycerides, beta-glucan has been shown to lower triglycerides. Diabetics usually have high cholesterol and high triglycerides. So you'll help support diabetic health, and you'll lower your blood fats, and you'll clean your blood and lower your blood cholesterol. That's all from one supplement. And this is a supplement that's not even being marketed for any of these other benefits. This is what a classic example of multifunctionality. The Restart Your Life line has multifunctionality in spades. Victoria talked about one of my all-time favorite products, which is Fucoid Z, also Z-Radical. I like the Fucoid Z because it's capsules, it's denser, you don't have to, it's easier to carry around with you. The Z-Radical is tasty, but the Fucoid Z gives you a lot of medicinal bang for your buck. And medicinal is not even, Victoria, you know, if you heard Victoria talk about it, you'd be like, I want that stuff. Victoria gave a great story, told a great story, gave a great pitch for it, but it's got so many more benefits. Fucoid is a blood thinner. And one of the hallmarks of chronic degenerative disease is what I call sticky blood, dirty blood, sludgy blood, clotted blood, fibrosis, which is blood inflammation. In fact, we have a saying on my radio program, we say, all disease is cell disease, and all cell disease is preceded by dirty blood. That means Fucoid Z, while it's being marketed and being sold as a immune booster, and indeed it is a powerful immune booster like the beta-glucan, it's an incredible blood thinner, which means more nutrients to cells, it means more oxygen to cells, and it means more detoxification. One of the things, by the way, that's going on today with this, with the disease that's going around is blood problems, poorly oxygenated blood. In fact, that's the latest, one of the latest theories about how the disease causes problems is by sludgy blood. Fucoid Z is an incredible blood thinner, yet we don't even talk about it as a blood thinner, as an oxygenator, improver, a detoxifying substance, or nutrient delivery support system. Fucoid Z, by the way, also slimes out bad bacteria. It has a sliming effect. Anytime you have a slimy substance in nature, whether it's mushrooms or algae like the Fucoid Z, you have molecules that have a slimy nature that can slime out things like H. pylori or E. coli or bad bacteria. So the Fucoid Z can help you with bladder infections. The Fucoid Z can help you with sepsis of the blood, which is bacterial infections of the blood. The Fucoid Z can help you with H. pylori infections. The Fucoid Z, above and beyond its ability to stimulate the immune system, can help flush out toxins and bad bacteria out of the body. And that means, and in combination with its ability to clean the blood, that means tremendous multifunctionality. Ultimate EFAs, your molecules of inflammation and anti-inflammation. Everybody's heard about the relevance of inflammation, and anti-inflammation is a big thing, and the relevance of inflammation to all diseases. Essential fatty acids, and the word essential means you better get it in your diet or you don't have it, control the inflammatory and anti-inflammatory balance in the body. The inflammatory and anti-inflammatory balance in the body is dependent on essential fatty acids. And oh, by the way, just as an aside, Sean was talking about the hemp FX. It turns out that the endocannabinoid system is dependent on these essential fatty acids, and you can actually have a deficiency in endocannabinoids if you don't have enough essential fatty acids. So in addition to using your hemp FX, using the Ultimate EFA can help you with the cannabinoid system, which is important for the brain and for mood and also for the immune system. For arthritis, for autoimmune diseases, for macro-inflammatory issues like bruising or wound or trauma, essential fatty acids are a must-have. Other inflammatory conditions that you might not think of as inflammatory or premenstrual issues, PMS issues, mental health issues, and also cardiovascular issues all have important, there's an aspect of inflammation that plays an important role in all of these diseases that your Ultimate EFAs can help with. Again, multifunctionality. Ultimate enzymes, of course, they're digestive enzymes, but there's so much more. Digestive enzymes are pain relievers. They're anti-inflammatory. If you have dental pain, they can help reduce your dental pain. If you have arthritis pain, they can help reduce your arthritis pain. They can clear your blood or clean your blood because the proteases, that is those enzymes that dissolve protein, will also dissolve excess protein fibroids and clots inside the blood. So they have blood thinning properties. This is your ultimate enzymes for digestion. They have blood thinning properties that will improve cellular health, improve cardiovascular health, as well as help reduce pain. Oh, here's another bonus for you. A lot of folks have heard of MTHFR deficiency. You'll get questions if you're in the business. Oh, I have MTHFR deficiency. That's a deficiency that keeps you from doing something called methylating or sticking a methyl onto certain chemicals. I don't want to get into too much chemistry, but this deficiency can cause certain problems, building up of toxins like homocysteine, et cetera. And people are very concerned about it. Well, one of the great methylating support molecules is something called betaine, which is in your ultimate enzymes. So not only are the ultimate enzymes important for pain relieving, not only are they anti-inflammatory, not only are they going to clean your blood, and of course, not only are they going to help you with your digestive system, but now they can actually help support methylation, which is a very important biochemical process a lot of people have problems with. Nightly essence, that is a must-have. Now, the ultimate microbiome is also pretty darn good, but I consider the ultimate essence, even though it's not part of our Healthy Start Pack or part of the core line, a must-have. And you guys have all heard about the gut. The gut is incredibly important. To me, the gut is the stomach and the intestine, but the liver is part of the gut. The liver supports the gut. The pancreas supports the gut. The appendix supports the gut. So the gut is really a lot more than just the intestine. And likewise, probiotics support the health of not just the intestine. Probiotics support the health of the gallbladder. They support the health of the liver. You, by the way, don't just have probiotics in your stomach. You have probiotics on your skin. You have probiotics in your lungs. You have probiotics in your eyes, literally on your eyes. You have them in your sinuses, your respiratory tract. You've got probiotics everywhere in your body. And so while taking probiotics is important for digestive health, it's important for the health of all of the systems in the body. Probiotics are something we've only known about in the last 20 years or so. They're important for detoxification. They're important for the digestion of food. As Joanne alluded to, they help you make other things. One of the most important substances they make is a fatty acid called butyric acid, which is very important for the brain, very important for the heart, extremely important, almost like a preventative agent for colon cancer. All of these come from probiotics. And one of the neat things about the Nightly Essence, which I absolutely love, is it also has digestive enzymes in it, including one very special enzyme called nattokinase, which is very, very important for cardiovascular and circulatory health. The glucogel caps. Obviously, we all know the glucogel caps are important for arthritis and for joints, and they're wonderful for helping build cartilage, but guess what? They're also important for keeping you from getting wrinkles on your skin. They're one of the best anti-skin, anti-aging supplements you could ever take, anti-wrinkle supplements you could ever take. In fact, if you want to start yourself a little business, stick a label on top of the glucogel caps and call them anti-wrinkle caps, and you'll sell them as a beauty product. Glucosamine is also important for helping build connective tissue inside the body. Once we get older, we tend to suffer from ruptures and hernias and prolapses. All of these are signs that our connective tissue inside our body that holds our organs in place is breaking down. Glucosamine is important for that. Glucosamine is also a blood thinning agent. Glucosamine is also very important for cardiovascular health because the heart sits on a framework of connective tissue. And when that connective tissue deteriorates, you're more prone towards fibrillations and tachycardias and heart disease. So using glucosamine is not only important for the blood because it helps thin the blood, but it's also important for the heart itself. The ultimate selenium, oh my goodness, that's probably Doc's favorite, and I have to say it's one of mine. And again, multifunctionality. Yes, selenium is very important for the immune system. It's also important for the heart. It's also important for helping you activate a substance in the body called glutathione. It's also important for the thyroid, and it's also important for diabetics because it's involved in the production of insulin. So yes, it's important for the immune system, but it's got way, way more benefits than that. And selenium deficiency is extremely common. Am I out of time?
You got your radio show, so get out of here.
Okay, Gotcha. Let me just say one last thing. One last thing to everybody. I absolutely love longevity. I'm so proud and so honored to be part of this company. Thank you, Dr. Wallach. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Paul and Dr. Ariaza and Glidden and Dr. Wallach and Victoria and Richard and Joanne and Reeves and all of you listening to this program. Check out my
Awesome.
The Bright Side. God bless you all. Take care.
Thank you, Ben.
Thank you,
Love
Ben.
you, Ben.
Everybody's so mad at me for giving him the hook, but we got to keep moving. Before we go, I am telling you, the little band of misfits that put this event on for you,